morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing?
David, you gonna say good morning to everybody?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, we are traveling. We got the kids in the car, obviously. We are traveling.
Big kid in the back.
Yeah, big kid in the back. Oklahoma, back to our humble abodes on each of our respective mountains in Arkansas.
Back to life, back to reality.
We're gonna pump up that jam as soon as we're done with this live. I tell you what, I feel it. I feel it. It was a great meetup, though. Whoop. I got this thing on the windshield and it's gonna bumble around. It was a great expo, guys. It wasn't a meetup like how a lot of our meetups and hangouts and stuff are. This one was definitely an expo, and it says so in the name. It was the Okie Homesteading Expo.
Expo.
Yeah. Subscribers and people, and even just nothing. Sphere jumping in the comment section. I don't know if anyone's even commenting yet.
Real Talk with SLR is live.
You just got the notification?
Yeah, I just got the notification.
Okay, well then that explains a few things. Hey Tundra Jason, what's up? Howdy, howdy.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Tundra.
Spinning wheel of death for a bit. Oh yeah, we're traveling. Hopefully it doesn't last long. Karen Spear, hi from Spokane, Washington. Hi, Karen.
Hey.
Good to see you. Igna, good morning. Good morning. The Susuedo, I don't know if I pronounced that right. That's how I always say it in my head anyway. Lovely people.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. It's actually a little bit early to post anything, huh?
Oh, the good troll.
Poppy, the good troll. You're the kind of troll we like to see, Poppy.
A dog named Poppy.
Poppy. Hey, Dreamers 5. What's up, guys?
Breaking it down
there we
on
go.
our way to drop off the rental YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yes. Gotta go back to my truck. Go home.
Oh. Can you guys hear David and me and Gary all right? I do have our microphones set up this morning, and I don't know if it's going to pick up David at all. Say something, David.
It's probably for the best.
Let me know how the audio and stuff is working.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, good.
Yes, just fine.
I'm using the microphone so that way, you know, it's not picking up so much of the car noises, and it picks up more of our voices. A bit of buffering, says Lori. Yes, we are traveling, and that can happen sometimes when using the cell signal.
Story of my life.
Yeah, that can happen, but just hang with us.
For years.
Catherine says, looks good, sounds good. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate you guys. Well, I was starting to talk about it a little bit. The meetup that we went to wasn't really so much, we call it a meetup, but it was an expo. Yeah. So they had vendors there. They were selling some of their home goods. They were selling just different things that they have, offering their services for things in this area. So if you've ever been to a convention, or if you know what a convention or an expo is like, essentially there's a large building, and then inside it they have tables and booth areas where you can walk around and check out each one of the booths, and they will usually have representatives of their business, and they will let you know about their company, let you know about their products or services. And so they had a big expo center like that. They had a lot of show and tell type of things going on with animals. They were teaching classes in another building about, you know, butchering and different like homesteading stuff, water glassing eggs, and just lots of really, really good information out there, friends. There was a lot of really good information at that expo. It was definitely a hands-on learning experience. It wasn't just a hangout, so to speak. And I love the hangouts, but I also love these educational experiences as well, because you always go home with, I guess, a new perspective, and just, you learned something, you know, you learned something. And I definitely learned something. I also, while we were there, Doug and Stacy with Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, they were there. They were kind of like, you know, the large speakers of the event. There was speakers, and they were all kind of telling different stories. And again, I was talking about how they were showcasing like butchering and different things. So they had different people set up for different things at different times. And Doug and Stacy were there, and they were selling a cookbook and some of the herbal teas and stuff that they have. I was lucky enough to be able to snatch one of the cookbooks that they had right there on their shelf. I had Stacy sign it for me, which was pretty cool. And then we got to go and listen to them talk about their whole journey and stuff. They've been doing this for like 15 years. They've been doing it for a very, very long time. And I know that, yeah, there it is. See, there it is. There it is. Oh, this is yours, huh?
Yeah, mine's not signed.
I was going to show off the signature. I got the signature.
Mine just has some lovely writing.
That's okay, though. That's okay.
And there's over 100 recipes in here, Jess.
Over 100 recipes in there.
I'm
awesome.
looking forward to featuring this cookbook right here because I remember when it first came out and I wanted it, so
Yep.
I had to get it in person.
Yep.
And there's going to be some recipes coming to Fired Up Friday soon.
I know, and coming over to Cooking with Mel. Come on with the Cooking with Mel. Yeah, I'm excited though, guys. Being able to meet people that you've been watching online, even though we do YouTube, right? There are certain people and certain channels that we've been watching for a really long time and that were really kind of our go-to when we first started on our journey as far as looking for knowledge on how to live more simply and looking for knowledge on how to, because, you know, we're city folks. We lived in Vegas for so long, and trying to figure out how do you live off grid? What do you do for X, Y, and Z? And they were definitely some of our go-to people for knowledge. And after what, we don't watch everything that they do. We don't watch everything that anyone does just because we're so busy. But I will say the stuff that we have watched of them, we really appreciate them putting that information out, and it really helped to inspire us. And when we were still in Arizona and we were looking like about how we could do this and that, we would look to them, and then we would look to ourselves, and we would say, man, if they can do it, we can do it, right? And then it just kind of started that spark that fueled a little bit of the fire, and then we just kind of ran with it. So that's kind of where it is. But it was really cool to be able to meet some people that we, you know, watched and helped to light our fuse, you know, so many years ago, to be able to shake their hand and thank them for all of that.
That was us in Vegas, actually, trying to figure out a way, or I should say Boulder City, and trying to figure out a way to get us into Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, before we even did YouTube, before we did anything, we were like, we need to get away from the city because we've seen how the city was, and Doug and Stacy were a big part of us being like, you know what, they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We need to take suit and try to do this because we have kids, we have family, and we did not. Everybody knows what we're saying on that. It's the world is getting scarier and scarier, and in the big cities, it's rough.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. Tim with Ridge Life recorded Doug and Stacy's entire speech or their talk session, and so you guys will be able to go and see it on Ridge Life's channel. I don't know if he's going to have it up tomorrow or what, because we're all traveling today, and I know he's going to try to get it out as soon as possible. But Ridge Life, he recorded the entire thing, and you can just see the passion, right, for this lifestyle and for this community. It's just, it's legit. It filled the air. It got you real fired up. Like, I know after they were done talking, I was just so rejuvenated, and like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just had a little bit more pep in my step, and I just was like, yeah, because I feel it. They were saying a lot of they were saying the things out loud that we all think, and that's why we're naturally gravitated towards this type of a lifestyle, right? And so it's just affirming, and it was just really nice to be around such a great group of people. Some new faces, right? There were some familiar faces, but there were a lot of new faces as well. And we really thoroughly enjoyed meeting them, and some of the vendors too. We stayed at the hotel prior last night, and we didn't get to hang out too late because, man, how many hours of sleep do you think we've had in the last 2 days?
Not enough.
Maybe 8 hours of sleep in the last 2 days, guys. So we're beat, but
Speaking of meat, housekeeping, we got Into the Mist in here.
hey, Hey, Lindsay.
Lila Newton's up under here, under Catherine.
Oh, hi, Lila Newton, Catherine.
Possum Run's in here.
Hi, Possum Run. What's going on?
Junebug says, strange to see David as a passenger.
Right. So, okay, go ahead and throw me under the bus and run it over a few times. I don't care. Go ahead.
Well, see what happened was, there's a reason why Gary's driving. Because we had motion sickness, beautiful things, lost a couple years off our life with Mel bringing us to the Expo.
They're talking all this smack.
Snatchy.
They're talking all this smack. Yesterday, I was the driver. I drove, and Gary and David were in the back middle, and Julia was up here with me in the front. And I was having a good old time. We're just driving, doing our thing. But the guys, like every second, they're sitting here holding the oh crap bar. The entire way.
I held on to this thing all day.
The entire way. And so today, like yesterday, once I got to the hotel, I was like, I'm sick of you too. You guys, somebody else is driving. I'm not driving, because the entire. Could you imagine for 2.5 hours you're driving, and every time that you barely touch the brake, or you barely. No, come on. Come on. You barely touch the brake, you barely make a turn, you do anything, and they were both like, oh, it freaks you out more than like anything else. So yeah, so I was sick of it. I was like, you two can just battle over who's driving. I'm gonna be a passenger. I'll just make sure to triple up on the Dramamine, because
it's true. I mean, it's completely normal to go 3 lanes to turn right. It's completely normal.
If y'all would have told me my turn was there earlier.
Well, that would be Google.
It's okay. I gave him permission to thoroughly throw me under the bus, back it up, run it over a few times.
So
Come on, keep it going. Come on. You got some more? Come on. You had a lot yesterday.
Well, let's talk about that hairpin turn. Old snatchy.
Oh, snatch.
Old snatchy.
Snatcheroo.
See, I think Mel used to have one of those cars, had a lot of play in the steering.
Oh, yeah.
Now she got tiny here, and it's got that stiff, quick, because she is like, that's the way she turns. It's like, whoop.
A quick reaction.
Wendy says, Mel, did you tell him no backseat drivers allowed? I told him. You think they listen to me? That's the funny thing, is a lot of times people in like people will, and I'm not talking to you specifically, I'm just saying like in general, right? They'll be like, oh, poor Gary, he doesn't get to do. I'm like, you think I tell Gary at all anything? They listen to me. They don't listen to me. I might say it, but nobody, I have no power around here, guys. Zero. I know what it might look like, but no, I'm just. See, Julia backs me up. It's true.
This, though,
I got no power.
the back floorboards now, they're a little deeper.
Yeah, from your
Because we was passenger braking yesterday.
They were backseat driving, backseat braking. And it was just a crap talking fest the entire way, and I couldn't even drown them out with the radio. I tried.
What do you mean? Why did you even turn it up all the way?
I turned it up pretty loud, but I didn't want to. I had to listen to the turns, so I didn't. And
Seen how that went.
And I will say this too, like Google for sure listens to your conversations and stuff, because once we started talking smack about how come this map isn't talking to me over the radio, what's going on with my Bluetooth, I crap you not, literally like the next direction was all loud through the speakers.
Yeah.
Wasn't that weird?
That was weird.
And that's no joke. That's no lie.
The GPS was scared. It's hard for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I got trust issues when it comes to drivers.
Yeah.
Probably the only person that I 100% trust that I could actually go to sleep in a car with is my older brother, because we travel the country together. So I have trust issues. That's why I'm always the one driving. It's been a nice trip, and it just confirmed that I will always be driving.
That's all right. Well, next time we'll let you take your car, but actually your car wouldn't have fit us all.
No.
Yeah, we had to take Tiny if we wanted to carpool.
Now, whenever we would all take trips and stuff, it was just easier to take a truck before. But now the Tiny's on the scene.
Yeah, we could just take
Yep.
Shoot, I can throw you the keys to Tiny. I don't care. I got insurance.
It really wasn't that bad, but there was a couple of moments. For the most part, it was good, as long as we was on major highways and streets.
Hey, did you guys live?
Yeah, get him, Julia.
This time.
She says, but did you die?
See, but when you do, it's too late.
Right? It's too late. Oh man, it was a good trip though. It was a good trip, and I, like Julia said, did you die? No. All right. So, yeah, yesterday was fun though. We got to meet a lot of the vendors hanging out at the Hotel Prior. So we stayed at the Hotel Prior. It's been like whenever we come to this area, that's the hotel that we generally stay at. The rest of them, I haven't heard the best of stories from. I don't have personal experience, but I haven't heard the best of stories of them. So we've just kind of stuck with what we know, and we never have a bad time staying there.
And it's clean, it's comfortable. I mean, it's a nice little place, and they're very friendly.
Yeah, they are very friendly. I could tell they went through a different management change though.
Oh yeah.
Like they have new owners now, but they seem very nice, very like you said, clean, polite, nice, good.
And Abe
no
stole my
problem.
waffles this morning.
Yeah. And daddy's shoes.
Yeah.
And daddy's shoes.
Yep.
You see, what happened was, is I woke up this morning, and I immediately was like, okay, I need a cup of coffee. So I woke up first, and I asked Gary if he wanted a cup of coffee, and he said, yeah. And you know the hotel rooms, how they give you a coffee pot, and the coffee pot is just never good enough. It's never like good coffee, and there's never any cream and sugar in there. And if they do, it's like one tiny little packet, hardly enough for anything. So I never drink the in the room coffee. I usually always go down to the lobby and go grab a cup real quick, and then go back upstairs and get ready. And anyhow, I went to go walk downstairs and go get me and Gary some coffee, and the kids, as soon as they heard I was going outside, they were like, I'm coming. So I was like, all right, fine. So I took all the kids downstairs. By the time that we get down, it took me a while, I didn't even realize, but Abraham had stole Gary's Crocs and was walking down into the lobby with these giant shoes. Clip, 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 clip. And then once we got down there, then the kids wanted breakfast and everything, so I got them their continental breakfast and had some coffee and hung out with David and Tim, and one of our amazing subscribers was hanging out down there too. And we chit-chatted about land and had a good time. It was a good morning.
I told Abe those are some big shoes to fill there before you come out.
Yeah. But Abe took Daddy's shoes down to the lobby, and then David had a waffle, and then David was preoccupied talking, and I had already gotten Abe breakfast, mind you. This was like his second.
Waffle.
Did you?
Yeah, when he was over there talking to y'all, he had 2 waffles, he ate one and left it, and I took it, and he was just sitting there.
He was the one that stole
You're not.
I just told on myself. See what happened was.
Oh, here we go.
He was preoccupied. It took him like 5 minutes to even notice, and then I watched him kind of look around like,
What the heck?
Says, what's going on here?
And I was just sitting there. He finally figured it out and he took it back.
Took it back, so he didn't steal it
He
from
took it
you.
back.
I was believing the whole lie that you were trying to sell me. Then I'm sitting here thinking that Abe really did come up behind this old snake oil salesman right here in the back seat. Let me tell you what he was telling me, because I was talking with the gal, and David and Tim were talking, and we were kind of at separate tables, but like right next to each other. And David, the next thing I know, David goes, "Your son just came up and stole my waffle." I said, "He did? What?" Because they were sitting anyway. Yeah, I believed it.
I haven't had it, guys. I'm messing with the kids. It's just what I do.
Hey, that's how you got your old uncle. Come on.
I started a paper ball board fight last night at dinner.
Oh yeah.
It's just what uncles do.
Dinner was great too. We went to Hooker's barbecue or whatever it is. Is it Hooker's barbecue?
It's just Hooker's
Bar and Grill.
Hooker's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
It was good. We had some good food. Put all the tables together. We kind of took over the whole patio area. It was pretty nice. No real complaints, I will say, and I'm not gonna say too much other than our waitress's boyfriend was lingering around, and he was kind of rude, honestly. But it wasn't the waitress, and it wasn't the company. I know David was getting heated.
He was a little bit loose with the lips.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to make sure that I didn't lose my religion.
Yeah.
You know?
And that has no reflection on the
The
company.
waitress was great.
And no reflection on the waitress, but the waitress's boyfriend that was lingering, like, interjected himself into our conversations in a rude way. And yeah, we did not appreciate that towards the end. So I don't know if anybody ever sees this, but maybe your boyfriend should sit his butt in the car, you know, and wait for you to get off of work instead of going in there and harassing the customers, because that was, yeah, that was annoying. But anywhoots, there's my gripe of the day.
That was my gripe of the night.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it was, yeah, it was uncalled for.
It was a thing.
It was a thing, but none of us are in jail and nobody has bloody knuckles, and it's all good. It's all good. It ain't that serious, all right? It ain't that serious.
Yeah, it ain't serious, Craig.
No.
It's top flight security, Craig.
That's right, Craig. Do you guys have any questions for us about the meetup? The comments keep coming and going. I'm relying on this guy back here to be reading.
That's why y'all see the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm relying on him because when we're traveling and we're using cell phones for live streams, the comments come and then they go and then they come and then they go. Do you guys have any questions for us? Because otherwise we're just going to keep on rambling and hanging out with y'all, because we got a couple hours more in this car.
That said there needs to be a channel called Grilling with Gary.
Ooh.
Would that do what's happening?
I don't know about a whole new channel, because we all know that I'm going to be the one doing all the work for the channel, but I will say there will be a Grilling with Gary segment.
But on that channel, you get some good groceries in here.
You'll probably get some good groceries. I just don't have the attention span to do a whole nother channel. That ain't happening. We'll have it on Simple Life, all right? We can give Gary his own episodes. We can make it a whole new segment. We can do like stuff like that, but I don't have the energy to set up a whole new channel and do a whole new thing. But we can for sure do segments of Grilling with Gary, because I think you guys would enjoy that, because he's a good
Change only thing.
he's a good griller.
I think so.
Oh, we got to pay the toll.
Come on. London.
I got some money here.
Here's a quarter.
We need, is it quarters again? I got quarters.
This is a change
I got
thing,
quarters.
I think I got another quarter in my wallet.
I got quarters. Hold on, guys. We got to pay the toll. Is it $1?
$1.
I got quarters.
There you go.
You need more?
Hey, you two in the back, y'all are getting a little rowdy.
Rowdy.
Sit on back.
You got no quarters?
I got quarters. I still have another
They got
couple of
stuck in my
dollars.
hand.
Oh.
I'm glad that I still made it.
I got quarters the other day. Actually, I've had these quarters in here for a while, since I went to the laundromat when I had to wash all that huge bedding. I had some huge stuff I had to wash, and I went to the laundromat and I got like 20 bucks in quarters, and I didn't use it all. And so I've been carrying around jingle in my pocket for all this time, and I'm happy I did, because otherwise.
Did none of them pay at all?
I don't know.
They just
might
rolled.
not have had quarters.
They just rolled right
They
through.
just rolled.
Funny story. Yesterday, whenever we was going, there's a couple toll roads here. Some take dollars and have people, and then some of them still old school, where it's just you got to have the quarters, like we just went through.
Yeah.
Well, so we're all digging, and all of the car in front of us been sitting there for 5 minutes and everything, and digging, and between all of us, we finally got enough to do it. Next thing you know, a lady's come walking back to the window with $1, talking about, do y'all have quarters?
Please.
I said we got enough for her too.
Yeah, we did.
But it was about a 5-minute ordeal at the toll booth.
It was.
pretty
We were looking for quarters for a minute, and then I found my hoard of change. I was like, I know I got it in here somewhere. I got a whole pocket of quarters. I just gotta find it. Anyway. Let me see. Arnold, Melanie. Rule number 1. I can't read that to me, David.
Where
it's by
is it?
Arnold. I can't read it.
I'll find it.
It's one of the last comments. It just says my name 3 times. I'm gonna show up like Bloody Mary.
Rule number 1. That can't be spelled right. Yeah.
What does it say?
2 boys on the front, and then you go gas brake, and see what kind of shape Toby and what's it?
He's throwing me under the bus again with my driving skills. I hear you, Arnold. I hear you.
It threw my reading skills are just about. There's a lot of bus rolling right now.
I might have rattled your brain around a tidbit.
Kathleen wants to know, what was your favorite thing about the expo? For me, I would say the people.
Yeah.
It's always my favorite thing at those kind of things is to meet you guys. I mean, we didn't even get out in the car and the truck stopped
Yeah.
and said that she had my youngest, biggest fan, and she wasn't lying. It was a little baby.
That baby
And,
was
he
adorable.
was so cute. And you say come on or start talking to him, he gets all excited and stuff. So that was really good. So for me, that was that. What was yours?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, meeting the people and everything, and I mean, just being out of the house and being able to just go out and just hang out with people and have the kids have a good time and everything else. That's what it's all about for me, you know.
I mean, I would agree too. And then also, aside from, you know, meeting like all of the other subscribers and stuff like that, because that's always fun, but going and having a refresh of my inspiration, right? It's, you know, the old saying, iron sharpens iron. When you go and you hang out with a bunch of like-minded individuals, it helps to continue to face you back on track, and it helps you to stay motivated, right? And Gary and I, it's not that we need a bunch of motivation all the time, but when you hang around when you meet and hang out with different people, maybe not people that you hang out with all the time, you know, the iron sharpens iron thing, you get different ideas and different perspectives and stuff, and we're all on the similar journey. All of us that are interested in this lifestyle, we're all into self-sufficiency, living simpler lifestyles, providing for ourselves. We all kind of have the same kind of heart and mindset, right? But we have different experiences. We're from different locations. We have different ideas, and being able to have a little bit of that rub off on me, and maybe have a little bit of me rub off on somebody else, it makes you feel really good. It just, to me, it does. It makes me feel good, and I really enjoyed that pick-me-up of being able to go out there and give people some really big hugs and squeezes. There were some stories from people that were telling me it's very humbling, you know, I'll meet people and they'll tell me how we've changed their life. And I'm not saying this for any other reason other than it's something that, you know, I experienced this weekend. I had a lady, I'm not gonna, you know, but she literally started crying, you know, and it made me feel so good to be able to wrap her up as tight as I possibly could in the biggest hug and give her a huge squeeze and affirm to her how much she is loved and how she has a purpose, and God put her here for a reason. And I wish that I could give that to everyone I wish that I could do that for everybody, because you have no idea how much you guys have done that to and for me. And because I appreciate it so much and it really has affected my life, if I can go back out there and do any of that for you guys, it really, truly, it's such a beautiful blessing, and I love it. So that's one of my favorite parts, is being able to meet everybody. I'm a hugger. Everybody that I meet, I say, I'm a hugger, are you cool with that? And I give hugs all day long, and that personal connection, that's what I love going to the meetups for. That's what I absolutely adore going to the meetups for. And getting a new cookbook and hanging out with some new friends and maybe some old acquaintances, you know, maybe we'll bloom into different relationships, possibly friendships, you know, that kind of a thing. That's cool. It's a big, beautiful world out there.
Tundra Jason, David, was the usual suspects there this year? Did anyone hit the prior mailbox? No. Some of us were there, but it was a different vibe, different thing. Like I said, this was more of an expo, not a meetup.
Yeah.
So, which I actually like that format a lot.
Me too.
It's very educational, very interactive and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like the one that we went to just recently, we're gonna have to regulate in the back seat. Take us, Chunkla. Sorry. Anyhow, the meetup that we went to a couple weeks ago, the Mid-America YouTubers meetup, it was exactly that. It was a YouTubers meetup, and it wasn't necessarily just for YouTubers. Subscribers are welcome to go as well, and different people, just anybody that's interested in that lifestyle, right? But I will say that one was more of like a family reunion camp out type of a vibe, a big, you know, picnic in the park kind of a thing where people camped out and they were fishing and doing everything. This one was exactly what it says in the name. It was an expo. So they had a big expo center. It felt like a convention, or you know, it was an expo. It felt like an expo. So, but the vibe was really cool. There was very good people. I will definitely be back again next year. I'll be back as long as they keep doing them, because I always go and learn something. The kids always have a good time, and it's good to show our support to other local people in the area. And Keeping It Dutch actually Sean was one of the people that was majorly running it. His wife Brandy, I ran into her, and I chopped it up with her for a long time. She's a very nice person. And these are people that we don't know very well, guys. They're people that we know of because we're YouTubers, and you know, we kind of, there's little, you know, of people, right? But it's not like we're best friends with them or anything. And I wouldn't, we just don't know them very well. But what I do know of them, I know that they are hardworking, they are God-loving, they are good people from what I know of them. Good family people and good hardworking people. And I have nothing but respect and admiration for people of that similar mindset, you know, and I wish them a 100% success. Maybe we'll hang out with them more in the future. Right now, they're just pretty much like acquaintances, but we are totally open for developing more relationships and seeing and supporting how we possibly can, because it's a giant community out there, guys. And when we say that, we have our little Arkansas group that we hang out with all the time, but we're not limiting ourselves off for just that. And there's no competition between groups or areas, at least not from our side. There's nothing but positivity and love.
It's about building community.
Right. And I know that through talking with like them, one of their things and the whole reason why they do like these expos and stuff is because with the way that the world is going right now, at least this is how we feel, and I know that this is how they feel from having conversations with them. If we can get more people just as a whole, like say city dwellers or small towners, right? If we could somehow influence people to live a more simple, self-sufficient lifestyle, even on the tiniest scale, if we can make more friends that are doing that, it's again, the iron sharpens iron, and I truly believe in that lifestyle. I truly believe in all that. They do as well. So if we can, you know, if we can help to continue to grow that, I think our country is going to do a whole lot better as a whole. So that's kind of where we're all at with that. But they seem like really cool folks, man. I got no problem with them. They work really hard, good, God-loving, hard-working, family-oriented, nice, genuinely nice people. Like genuinely very nice, kind people.
Anytime you get a group of people that seem to have the same goals, values, all that kind of stuff, there's automatically a connection to a degree.
Yeah.
Right off the rip. And a lot of these channels are channels that we kind of watched at our beginning. They've been doing it for a long time. Like Doug and Stacy and those have been doing it, what, 14 years?
No, she was saying 15 years.
Yeah,
Stacy was saying she'd been doing it 15 years.
14, 15 years.
Long time.
And, they're one of the first channels that I kind of watched whenever I decided I was going to do a homestead and kind of all that in Florida. And then through that, I also found Dutch and all of them. So I kind of started out watching them. Just like, you know, everybody, I mean, I don't get to watch all of their stuff. There's only so much time in the day, but I do keep up, and I have kept up. And last year, I wanted to come to this thing, but I missed it because I was doing the best man speech at my brother's wedding. I couldn't have... I don't think he would have bought that I needed to go to the Expo.
Hey.
His wedding.
Yeah, nobody holds that against you, brother.
I was actually talking to Daniel from Arms family and told him, you know, that's the reason why I wasn't here last year. You know, it's because I was at the wedding, but I really wanted to come. So I was glad that I was able to make it this year. I had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time.
It was just great. I love the Expo format.
And you know, I was talking with them too. So last year they did one day, and then this year they separated it and did 2 days, and they were kind of feeling out. They're like, well, what do you guys think about the 2-day? I personally like the 2 days better because if you guys didn't know, I have really high anxiety, right? Especially when I come around really large groups of people. That's why I live out far away, and I do enjoy going and being in big groups of people and talking with people. Training for me after I can do it, and then once I'm done with it, I'm like, let me go back to my whole. But for me, having the 2 separate days, first off, the food truck lines were a lot easier to get in and out of. It didn't take it nearly at like the line situation for things because it wasn't just one day. There was still probably the same amount of people influxing in and out throughout the 2 days as there was the one day. I don't know because I wasn't there the first day, but I'm imagining that there was probably the same amount of people in a total, but the venue was the same and it didn't feel as crowded as it did the first day last year because they all had it on one day, right? So to me, that was better because I didn't feel like it was so, pardon the turn of phrase, but nuts to butts. It didn't feel so nuts to butts, and it felt just, it wasn't as loud this time, and being the person that I am, I appreciated those things because it was helpful to my anxiety and to myself. So do you need some more money? I got some more money. We're pulling into another booth right now. Gotta pay.
And I learned something on this trip too, that I have anxiety as well while Mel's driving.
Oh, shush. You shush. He has to throw me under the bus again.
Hello. Please, out of 5.
Yep.
Good morning.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you have a beautiful day today.
Well, I hope you all is well. Thank
We trying.
Yeah, no problem.
you. Oh, you will. The weather is nice.
Oh,
It is.
yes.
It's a gorgeous one.
You have a good one.
Safe travel.
God bless.
Kathleen wants to know, what did each of you see and learn that you would like to try at home this year? That's a good question.
What did we see and learn? Go ahead, Gary.
Still trying to get the money away from the toll
Give me this. I got it.
Well, I mean, one thing that we did go and see is how they were driving the oxen
Yes.
and everything. The kids were out playing and everything, and I decided to take a seat over on the bleachers, and we had an oxen training come out right there in front
She's
of us.
all, I'll take it.
Just in case there's more tolls.
Okay.
I'll take
Keep
it,
going, keep
Mama.
going.
But yeah, it's
Sorry, we have a thing.
So what about the oxen, baby?
I'm saying it was cool seeing how they were training them and everything, and I know the kids were pretty interested in that. We're having fun with it.
I wish I would have got the guy's name. Pardon me, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I would totally plug you right now, whoever was the channel or the guy that was doing it. But it was very educational, and they were doing it straight like the Amish sort of, right? Like the reasoning why he was explaining, the reason why he would want to be training them to do this is to be hauling buggies and to be hauling big things of lumber instead of using machines like Uber. To be doing it like the old-fashioned way, you know?
Yeah.
And it was educational, and it was cool, and it was,
I actually got some very good footage of the ox pulling thing,
yeah.
and that was really, really cool. I'm mad to go with Gary. That was probably my favorite little demonstration.
I would say so, too, because there was some stuff that they were teaching and whatnot that we already have hands-on experience for.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the things that neither one of us have the hands-on experience for. So that was kind of new to us, all of us. Where some of the other things, we've butchered, you know, animals and stuff before. And there was some other stuff that I would have liked to do, but again, we went there with the 3 kids and they were kind of pulling us here and there and everywhere. And so there was one class that I would have liked to go to do. It was about the wild game. I would have enjoyed going and learning more about that. But I didn't get to, because at that time when they were doing that class, we were walking through the Expo Center and buying the kids like their little freeze-dried Skittles and stuff, or dehydrated Skittles, whatever they are.
Yeah.
I actually sat
candies.
in a class or speaking session about the bisons. It's Arms Family's buddy,
Okay.
Okay.
like childhood friend, you know, type thing. And I can't remember his channel. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows.
Sorry
In the
guys,
chat.
we're so terrible.
But I learned a lot about bison and about the history. I knew a about the great slaughter and all of that, and how they almost went extinct and stuff. But I learned a lot about, you know, where we're at, what population of it now, how it kind of came about that, you know, people started doing bison and all that other stuff. So it was really cool. I enjoyed it.
It was very educational, and I feel like, which is a wonderful thing, right? I feel like with the expo, they were definitely, it was 100% for if you know nothing and you want if you know how to do nothing and you're a 100% beginner, you're from the city, this is all brand new to you, and you want to learn how to get started and get yourself going with it, this type of an expo would be perfect for you. You would be able to learn, and they actually were letting people get their hands on experience with a lot of this stuff.
Yep.
And it would be fantastic for you in that situation. If you're a little bit more seasoned like us, there is still value there, and there is still stuff for you to go and learn and to experience. And then of course the community building, which we all talked about, which was one of our favorite parts. Again, networking is very important, not just for YouTube and for us, right, for our business, but just in life, right? In life, it's always
That's how you grow the community.
Exactly.
Rich Light sitting here, he said, yeah, I'm kind of,
So
we can't see real. And Tim had no idea what he was looking at.
poor Blue.
I also see Ian in here. What's
Hi,
going
Ian.
on? What's going on?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Yeah, and you know what? There was a whole other area with tractors and a sawmill, and I didn't even get over to, and I feel so bad. There was a gentleman that was running the sawmill that I wanted to go over and stop in and say hi to, because he was over at the Mid-America YouTubers meetup. But again, we brought the kids to this one, so the kids really dictate a lot of what we do and where we're going and how our day is going, because we're dealing with 3 different little personalities that we have to.
And they got some personality.
Yes, they do.
They got some personality, that's for sure.
Yeah. So a lot of times when we go to meetups, we'll make sure that Grandma, watches the kids and stuff for us. But for this particular meetup, because it is so family oriented and stuff, we wanted to bring the children and let them have fun and enjoy. But because of that, we weren't able to go and do and say hi and stuff. So if we missed you, I'm so sorry, guys. We love you guys. It wasn't anything other than we were being dictated by 3 little
3 little kids.
3 kids.
We're chomping at the bits.
To just go and bing, bing, bing. And yeah, so if we missed you guys, it's nothing. And if, we saw you and we waved but didn't run over and say hi, because there was a couple times that we were doing that too, but we were trying to keep an eye on our kids and, do all that. So it wasn't anything personal, guys. We love everybody. We love everybody.
Yes.
I can't hardly, I got to get my face like this close. Read the comments.
I'm working on it.
Oh, thank you. Let's trade paint for the water refreshment. Yeah, so let's trade paint. Those 2 are really cool, man. They've been at several meetups that we've been to, and they are such very, very nice, cool people. We had great conversations, got to hang out and walk around. I think they might be in one of our videos, or at least in hanging out with us in one of the videos that we were doing. I recorded a real talk, but I ended up not uploading it, so I decided I'm going to use some clips of it and then I'll put it into a Simple Life Reclaimed episode. Because, 1,
we didn't really film.
I took a couple of pictures, but we didn't really do a whole lot of filming. And 2, I know that there's some parts of it that I'm going to want to mute out and just put music over or something, because Gary's wearing a mic, I'm wearing a mic, and we're not together. And so it's going to pick up both audio conversations at the same time. And
I don't put 2 and 2 together and realize that she's recording until it,
Yeah, so I'm going to have to cut because it'll just be confusing and stuff to the viewer. So since that's a thing and that happened, I'm gonna take the footage home and then I'll just
put some B-roll in there.
Yeah, I'll polish it, I'll make it look nice and stuff. But instead of uploading it as a real talk, I realized, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use that and put it on for Simple Life maybe later. We'll see.
Tim was on it this morning. He's talking more smack than a little bit.
Oh man, what are you smack talking about today, Tim?
Oh, it's all on me.
Oh, okay.
It's all on me.
Thank you, brother. Can carry on. I've already been run over by the bus today. Shoot.
Oh, Hazel's in here. Hey, baby.
Hi, Hazel. I can't wait to meet you in person, darling. I've heard nothing but great things about you.
Coming very soon.
I can't wait to see you and give you a big old hug. I've heard all the good things.
We're in the teen days now.
Ooh, that's exciting, guys. In the teen days,
In the teen days, the countdown is on.
And then soon it'll be out of the double digits and into the single digits.
Yep, next thing you know, it's magic.
It's magic. That'll be nice. I'm really excited to meet you, honey. I can't wait. Does anybody else have any other questions for us while we are on the road? Otherwise, we're going to hang out with you guys for a few more and just keep rambling.
These comments for everybody here.
Yeah, it's hard for me to read them.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Connie says, I really love to acknowledge when people put this. Listen, hi y'all, Connie here. I'm so excited. I finally caught an actual live. I subscribe to all of y'all's channels since you first got to the mountains. Y'all rock, love you.
Aww.
Super awesome that you finally made it to a live. Our lives are cool. We try to have a good time, and it's very important to us to be able to kind of interact with you guys instead of just on like comments or videos and stuff. It's the closest thing we can have to live interaction besides what we're doing right now today.
I agree. And the comment section sometimes, you know, it's a text, and sometimes things can get misconstrued through text, whether it be what y'all are saying, what we're saying. So I feel like lives, I 100% agree with you, David. Lives are the most in person that we can get with you guys in real time and stuff and answer questions. You guys don't have to ask us questions too. If you got, we got about 15 minutes left of this live. You guys can ask us questions about anything. It doesn't have to necessarily be about the meetup. You guys can ask us, you know, the #1 question of when. You guys can talk about whatever's going on at his place, our place, the meetup, just whatever. We'll answer. Open Q&A.
Hazel says that she's 100% excited about meeting you guys too.
Not right this second, son. We're finishing up our live, baby.
Empty Homestead's in here. David Moffat's in here.
Hi, guys. Good to see you guys. Oh, and Empty Homestead. It was so good to see Mike and Terry. They snuck off before we were able to say goodbye to them. I guess Mike's knees weren't doing super great, so I hope that you're feeling a lot better today. But it was very good to see Mike and Terry again and give you all a big old hug. I actually was making a joke. I was saying to Terry, I said, people are going to start thinking that we're your stalkers, because every time the Empty Homestead is showing up at a meetup, Mel and Gary got to follow right behind, because we just love them so much. And yeah, anyway, if Empty Homestead's going, we're probably going to be trailing right behind them.
Tim said he was too busy being my cameraman.
Yeah, at least you had a cameraman.
What? I have 3 little ones to keep an eye on.
I wasn't throwing shade at you at all. I was just saying at least he had a cameraman.
Oh, there we go.
I wasn't talking about you.
I'm trying to pay attention to the road, and it looked like I was getting the eyes from you.
No, I was looking over my shoulder at the comments that he was scrolling through. No, you're fine, sweetheart. No. I'm just talking
Bison
smack.
was the name of the channel that I said in on.
What was it, hon?
Cross Timbers Bison.
Cross Timbers Bison, awesome. If one of our moderators can throw a link to their channel in here, those were the people that were doing the demo, or doing the talk about
talking about how they got into bison and everything, and also him and Daniel, they actually worked for like park rangers or something, and they got put in charge of like watching out for the bison that was there, and that's kind of how they got their start in bison.
That's really neat, man. That's really, really cool.
Bobblehead said, "I am jealous. You got
Bobbly, bobbly. Love you, Bobblehead." I'll tell you what, they are very kind. They were very knowledgeable, very kind, very knowledgeable. Doug was on one for sure. He was amped up.
He was letting you know about it.
He was letting you know about it.
I knew I was gonna like Doug.
Yeah.
I knew.
He was all amped up and on one. He got you feeling all fired up.
He would literally be sitting there talking to people at their table and then just holler out.
Yeah, start hollering.
To everybody, just some random something.
Yep.
And get everybody fired.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that he was definitely hollering. He was spreading the news that everybody needs to be out there getting their hay right now. right now.
You said that because I've been going through a hay ordeal for my goats for a couple of months now because of the drought last year.
No.
Yes.
Question, Tree Haven says, question, have y'all ever ate bison? I actually have.
Yes.
I haven't.
It's very good.
Yes.
I have not.
I learned a lot about the nutritional value and stuff of bison too. It doesn't have all the saturated fats and all that other kind of stuff. I recorded a lot of that, so I'll be watching it back just to kind of refresh because a lot of great information on bison. Now, and somebody said, is it true that you're going to end up with some bison on the mountain? No, I don't know. No.
Not us. Not.
You gotta have some property for them big old suckers.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem for them big jokers.
We're not getting any big animals, at least right now. We're not getting anything large for a while. We still have to finish building our cabin, guys. It's hard enough for me and Gary to find the time to cut down some trees to build a little old chicken coop. I mean, you know, we've just been so busy right now. And yeah, definitely no big animals. I mean, we don't have a prairie. You never know what the future's going to hold.
One thing
Definitely
that
not
I
right
did
now.
say in that thing is if you want to support bison growing and getting back the population, and he said it's kind of a catch-22 that caught him off guard when he first heard it. Ted Turner, I think it is the biggest bison owner that there is. He has like 5 ranches or something like that. Eat more bison.
Huh.
Yeah, he said it kind of contradicts itself, but it makes sense. If there's more of a demand for it, then more people are going to
Make it.
raise them and stuff like cows.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of hard to find some of the more exotic meats. You know, it's not like they sell it all. Like, good luck finding rabbit meat. I mean, I guess you can find them some places at farmers markets and stuff. Yeah, but unless you're growing it yourself, you know, it's hard to find some stuff. You got to either grow it yourself or know somebody that's growing it.
Specialty restaurant and stuff, and there's not a lot of those around.
Yeah, but that's a restaurant too, where they're going to give it to you cooked.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to find it and have it for yourself. Sorry.
Grandma babysit the kiddos. No, they're right.
No, they're right here. Can't you hear them?
You don't hear them.
I mean, maybe the mics are drowning them out. They're loud to me.
I'm trying to wrangle the noise and also read comments at the same time.
I'm sorry, David. Multitasking.
That's what Uncle David does.
That's what Uncle David's good for. Yeah, you guys are being
Insides.
awfully loud. We could hear you all the way up here.
As it gets louder, y'all get louder.
Yeah. Thank you.
Please read my message above.
What is the message above?
This is, y'all, I have a favor to ask. Please have your properties checked out for radion gas. It's a silent and deadly killer. Steeps up from the ground. Love y'all so much.
I actually have a radon detector in my basement.
Yeah, Gary's on it.
I'm on top of that stuff.
Yeah, Gary, we didn't make a video about it or anything because it was just something that we did. And I think Gary started doing it like right when we first moved into the basement and I got shingles and I was really sick.
And I wanted to see what the radon was, as well as what the air quality was, as well as everything else. And the sensor, it gives me everything.
We don't video every single thing in our life. A lot of the times too, guys, is because I'm 99% of the time I'm the one doing the recording. And I just don't have time. I can't record it all. I can't do it all. And especially during that time when I was so sick, Gary was trying to pull double, triple duty, you know. I was basically laying in a bed and I gave Gary a camera here and there and we recorded what we could, but we weren't recording as much as what was actually going on. So the radon stuff and all that, we do have those in our house. We just never, I guess, put a video about it out, and that's because life.
Suzanne Landman?
Huh?
Suzanne Landman is watching all the way from South Africa.
Ooh! Is it tomorrow over there? Are you in the future? I joke with our Australian subscribers sometimes. I'm like, you're the future man.
Brooke said that they used to sell rabbit at Hart's in Clarksville.
Oh, really?
They actually in my where my homestead was in Florida, we had a little small town grocery store, and they sold a lot of that kind of stuff there too, raw and already cooked.
See, like in Vegas and Arizona, I don't remember ever seeing anything other than the basic beef, pork, chicken, and then some seafood, which would be like salmon and tuna.
But you could go down to the Mexican mart and get cow tongue. And
you can. Yeah, you can go to Mariano's.
Things like that.
Yep.
Hey, that's truth. Look, he said David needs to get used to sound. He's about to have one crazy summer coming up.
Yeah, for real. I'm actually excited to see how all the kids, because the kids group, man, is just growing and growing.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 4 because of Wyatt, right? So we have our 3 and then Wyatt. And then now we got 7 because of the Dreamer kids.
It's about to turn to 10.
Yeah.
And also,
it's about to be 10.
Yeah, 11 for the summer because my granddaughter's coming too.
Yeah, so 11 for the summer because it'll be 10 all the time, but then 11 with your granddaughter. We're gonna be up to our eyeballs in children and things and stuff. That's how it goes. It's a good life though. We're not complaining. We're just saying. Let's see. We've got about another 5 minutes, friends. About 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Y'all are gonna need a bus for road trips. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
KC girl says, I was planning on having alligator for dinner, but it won't fit in the crock pot.
Darn it.
Cut it in half.
Quarters.
Hey, take the rest of it and make little gator bites.
Ooh, little deep fried gator bites.
Used to be my #1 seller at my sports bar.
Heck yeah. Well, guys, I would love to encourage y'all, if you guys have never been to any of these meetups, and if you guys at all find yourself in a position of time or distance or whatever, if you guys can ever make it to any of these meetups, I encourage you to go to them. You guys might make some friends. You guys will learn a few things. You guys will be more involved in the community. I know I personally always leave with a very good, warm and fuzzy kind of feeling, and I always feel real motivated and encouraged. Exactly,
Yeah,
encouraged.
I think encouraged is a very good word.
And people need more of that. Everybody could use a little bit more of that. No matter how good things are going, bad things going, it don't matter. The world could use some more positivity and encouragement no matter where you're at. So if you ever find yourself in an opportunity when these things are going on, I encourage you guys to come on by. We are going to stop and do another one next year when they put it on. We'll probably be back again next year. I don't think that we're doing any more meetups other than the 4th of July party, which that's really not a meetup. That's a family party.
Yeah.
And because we're YouTubers and we record our whole lives, basically, just about. We're going to bring y'all along, but that's not a open to the public type of a thing
Lori
or
says she
anything.
remembers you talking about the detector.
Yes.
Yeah, Gary talked about it, but I don't think we ever showed anybody.
Probably.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, okay.
Do you think I didn't pre-read this? I probably should pre-read.
You might want to
But
pre-read.
you know I keep it real.
Okay. I'll let it slide.
Do you think I could drive out to Northwest Arkansas and get enough day labor work to be worth my while? That I do not know, but I do know one thing. If you're willing to work, you can find work.
Yeah, you can find work if you're willing to work. I don't care where you're at.
That goes anywhere.
I don't know about the day labor thing. I do know that there's a lot of chicken farms and chicken houses around here and stuff, so I would say probably yes.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you yes or no. I don't want you to come to Northwest Arkansas and then me be the reason, and then you come here and all of a sudden you hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want anybody hungry.
Yeah, nobody needs to go without a meal, you know. Lord knows I don't go without no meals.
I know.
Well, friends, we are going to get running off of this thing. I've thoroughly enjoyed our chat today. I want to thank everybody for hanging out and being a part of this live chat on the road going home. Are they going to be hollering at you and seeing you keeping it real here in a bit? Come out.
Huh?
Are they going to be hollering at you seeing you keeping it real here in a bit? Come on.
Yeah, I'll probably record. It's probably going to come out more this evening, but I will be recording it. Keeping it real at some point today and just kind of going over some of the highlights and stuff like that.
Sweet. Well, we're going to jump off of this thing so that way we can, you know, turn on the music and whatnot. I don't want to keep you guys longer than an hour, but me and Gary are going to be getting back to, before we go, real quick, what can they be expecting on Come On Mountain coming up soon?
A whole lot of work.
You don't say.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally counting down. What's today's date?
I don't even know, man. I think it's the 4th, yeah.
Yeah, we're exactly a month away from Freedom Weekend. We're actually less than a month away because it's the weekend prior.
Yeah.
So we are literally less than a month away from that, less from a month from our hazel coming to the mountain. So there's a whole lot that's got to get done from now until then. So yeah, it's about to get real.
It's about to get real. And me and Gary, we're going to go home today, unload, get all the kids all unpacked, and pretty much today's going to be a wash, guys. It's a travel day for us. But we're gonna get home and do the laundry. And,
Hey,
there was a dead cow on the interstate.
Yeah.
that cow got out somewhere.
I don't know where that came from, guys. Squirrel.
Sorry.
Or I mean, cow.
Cow on the interstate.
Yeah, that usually it's like
a deer or
See,
you don't even see deer. Usually you see like armadillo.
The crazy thing is if that was in Arizona, I'm pretty positive whoever car hit that would end up having to pay the farmer.
True.
But because that cow was out here in Arkansas, if that did any damage to that vehicle, the farmer is liable because it means it got out of their pasture.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing to me.
That is
Arizona's complete free range. So.
Backwards on the law compared to over here on the liability of who's liable for the property damage, and what property they're considering the damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting, right?
No.
So yeah, deer, cow, squirrel.
Tim, did you do it live?
Yeah, is Tim going live? Tim, are you in here?
Already did, because they're saying, come on, Rich Life said that already.
Oh. I don't know. Tim, if you're going live, we'll try to catch you while we're on the road. We're going to get these kiddos home. We're going to get showered. We're going to do laundry. We're going to do the darn thing. But we are going to have to get off of here. Gary and I this week do plan to be putting in a lot more work on the animal tier area. We're going to be dealing with the chickens and like the whole rabbit area, getting that fence put up around there. Maybe we'll build us our coop. We've got all of the building materials pretty much on site, minus all of those posts that we got to chop down. So I know lumberjacking is in our near future.
Yep.
But yeah, we're going to probably start working on that starting again tomorrow. So we'll see what I could do about recording some footage for y'all. I'll probably put in a little bit of this meetup footage with a little bit of some work footage, and maybe you guys are going to get something out on Tuesday. That's what I'm shooting for. So I guess stay tuned for that. But as for now, friends, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us for this road trip on our way home from the Okie Homesteading Expo. Please go and check out a lot of the channels that we've been talking about. If you go to okiehomesteadingexpo.com, there is a list of all of the channels and the vendors and things like that. I would highly encourage you to go and show some love and support and continue to build this community and let them grow. And guys, with all of that being said, I'm gonna run, but until the next one, friends, we really truly love y'all, and we hope that you have a good one. So we'll catch you on the next one.
Hey, later.
Bye, you guys.
Come on.
Come on.